Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. This is the third video today. I actually even had a fourth video recorded pulling my soul stones for the Rathalos Path event. I guess that video will have to go up tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, we've got some news here in this video. Some big news, actually, and some surprising news indeed. First of all, something small. It has been confirmed to me that this Forge Path with the Rathalos set will be a recurring set. So Plarium has confirmed that directly. We asked the community managers in the content creator chat. They checked directly with the developers and they came back and said, yes, it's confirmed. You are going to see this pass in the Forge, or this set in the Forge Pass again, which is very important because, I mean, the big thing that I pointed out in the video, and a lot of you have pointed out as well, is that, yeah, you get some accessories, right, from doing this, but really accessories are the limiting thing. You know, it's going to be hard to build a full 9-piece set for this because you need to have, well, a good 6 base pieces, but then you need to have preferably good accessories within the set as well, all in the same faction. So that's going to be quite tricky. I do think it's going to be very tricky to make a full 9-piece set of this. It's not going to be easy. Like, to make it in one faction, I would guess it's going to take 2 of these Forge passes, probably 2 to 3, but that's a random faction. Like, to get it in your preferable faction, like let's say you're going, I really want this on Razelvarg, the example I used. I mean, how many Forge passes could it go? Like, you could buy 5 of these Forge passes and not get 3 accessories in Skinwalkers. You know, it could happen. So, I mean, that's all a bit, I guess you'll see every Forge pass you get, you'll see how you're doing on the accessories, etc. So, yeah, I would say, you know, 2 to 3 Forge passes of this, and you'll have maybe, again, 2 to 3 of these sets, maybe at least one really good 9-piece set, but it's going to be tricky to get the 9-piece. That being said, this set is, I think, still, to mention it, very strong, even if it is not at full 9 pieces, right? This is a very strong incremental set. Can I see it here? Like, you're getting crit rate, crit damage. We had a better breakdown earlier on, but yeah, you start getting crit rate and crit damage even from 1 and 2 pieces, which is quite strong. Yeah, and then, you know, yeah, even at 6 pieces, it's very good. Very, very good. So not so bad. Very similar to Merciless. That's a great example. But anyway, just to point that out, it will be coming back. So that's important. Now, the big news we've got for this video is actually 2 new progressive chance events this week, in the middle of the week. So the first one is on Wednesday. It's 24th of January, which is tomorrow. Progressive chance event from Ancients, Primal Secrets, and Voids. And there's some real good champions in here, guys. So Duchess Lilith, very strong. Pharaoh the Barkhorn, very strong. Yumiko, very strong. So to touch on these briefly, well, Duchess doesn't really need any introduction. Duchess is insane. This would be tempting for me. I don't have her. For people that do have Duchess, I think you'd be very tempted by Pharaoh the Barkhorn. He looks to be extremely OP for Hydra. He's coming in with increased resist and perfect veil for your team. Then he's got AoE decrease accuracy and block buffs. His A1 can but decrease speed, and his passive is giving you a whole bunch of stats: resistance, accuracy, even 20% more damage, all the way up to when you're over 4 or more buffs and resistant all battles aura. So he's looking extremely good. He looks great. That could be certainly one for, you know, let's say, you know, a typical whale, right? A typical whale that's already coming in and going, well, I've got the rest of these champions. Firal is fairly new, so that might be attractive to whales. Oh, Yumiko, of course, again, we don't really need to say much about that. Yumiko is absolutely nuts, right? So a lot of people could be going for Yumiko. If you don't have a Yumiko with Voids, spend big, earn big, as it were. But yeah, we'll touch on this again. I mentioned Wales because I think this is really, it's been Kraken week. Let's be honest, Kraken week in the game. I think this is really a Kraken event. Like, I think a low spender, in my opinion, and take that as you will, of course, but in my opinion, a low spender should not be doing the summon pool, possibly not doing the heroes path. I mean, depending on how much you've got stockpiled, I think for a low spender, the Forge Pass is the way to go, personally. It's sort of why we opened the video with it as well. I think, you know, if you're the sort of person that will spend 20 bucks like a month on the game or something, like, this Forge Pass is extremely good, is my take. But your take might be different, of course, but those are the champs. For the epics: Quargan, Rector, Drath, Aboro. Aboro, I think, is actually pretty nice, you know. I like her a lot for Hydra, and she's quite good with Mikage, but I wouldn't really be going out to rush for her. But I'm excited to test her out, probably with Mikage. I think my friend, one of the members of the channel here, Grat, was saying he's got a champion, one of my OG champs that goes well with Mikage. I'm guessing it's a Bora. We'll find out. Rector Drath is looking, she's a good champion as well, but probably a lot of you have her from logins, but she's great, and Korrigan is okay. The epics I'm not too excited about. Tatora, he's a great champion as well, but I mean, compared to Duchess and Firal, they're just on another level. Like, Tatora's maybe an A tier. Duchess is no question, she's an S. I suspect Firal, I've not tested him myself. I suspect he's an S tier. Yumiko is obviously S as well, like alongside the Duchess. So, like, Tatora, he's fine, but I mean, you're not going to be going for him over these. Let me get up then. There's another one coming on Thursday as well. Okay, and here we go. So for Thursday, this is the 25th. Same thing, progressive, with Elva, Razelvarg, Mighty Uko, Shuzen. And then you've got Wiranon, Kreodan, and Golden Reaper. So, I mean, the first thing I'll touch on, Kreodan is absolutely amazing. This guy is one of the best epics they've ever added to the game. He is so strong for so many stages in the Cursed City. Like, he really does hard carry a lot of stages, a lot of the Fire Knight stages, even a lot of the state. He brings such strong crowd control from an epic, both with the freeze on his A1 and the AoE freeze on his A2, and then he's speed boosting as well. He's just brilliant for Cursed City. So Kreodan is super worth getting. So that'll be more of a bonus, I suppose. Wiranon is decent. Golden Reaper is okay, but she should really be buffed to have like 100% AoE decrease attack. Then she'd be a chunk better. Like, a couple of buffs to her would not go amiss, I would say, because she's almost a really good champion, but probably not exciting enough. Certainly not as exciting as Kreodan. Over here, Razelvarg and Uko, they're both previous fusions. Now, they're both extremely good, but they are both previous fusions. Elva, again, extremely good, but she's a previous guaranteed champion. And then Shuzen. Shuzen is definitely the one that stands out here. She's certainly the one that people would be most tempted for. Top tier, S tier for Arena. Like, for high-end Arena, she's basically better than Arbiter, like Arbiter 2.0, really. And I would say likewise for Hydra. She's sort of Arbiter 2.0 for Hydra. She's obviously part of the, as is Yumiko, of the OP Trunda team, which I don't know, may or may not get nerfed. Who the heck knows at this point? But this is one, again, that Krakens or Whales would chase for sure. So yeah, I think that this one is a bit weaker. Like, I'd be definitely leaning more towards the Duchess and Firal from these ones, from your regular Type E shards, and then from the Void shards. Both Yumiko and Shuzen are extremely good, so it's sort of your preference. I would find it hard to pick between them. I'd say maybe Yumiko may be a little bit more useful just for opening up some speed farms for dungeons and stuff like that as well. Shuzen is more Arena Hydra focused. You know, if you're lacking reset champions, Yumiko does have a lot of use just in general for resetting your teams as well. So yeah, but that's sort of my take on it. So they're both very good. Now, here's the thing, right? These are midweek events that are not overlapping with anything. And let me actually show you this. This is cool. So interesting, actually. This is cool, but it raised the question for me. So this new events tab in the Plarium Play launcher, which is pretty cool, right? And you can see a bunch of the events in the game, how long they're going for, when they end, etc. It's actually pretty awesome. I just think it's weird that this new thing has come out, and now we've got these summoning events on Wednesday, Thursday. I guess because there's no in-game event. It's just a summoning thing, but there's no in-game event. But there's no indication that these are actually happening. So I think that's interesting. Like, I wonder if these were like new additions. I don't know. But like, maybe they're like, oh, people were really looking for shards to pull in the Monster Path event and saved up lots of shards. I guess I'll give them a big summoning event to pull. I don't know. I will point out, though, for example, you can see even the rewards coming up. So, for example, this Summon Rush, which is happening this weekend on the 26th. So, one day after these two progressive chance events I've talked about, there's going to be a Summon Rush, right? And in this Summon Rush, not only do you have, you know, mythicals and legendary skill tomes in there, they're probably very expensive to get, but more importantly, lunar points are in there. So if you are going for this Titan event, that's something to watch out for, right? In this Titan event, we've talked about it a lot, but like, you are going to need to probably do a lot of summoning at the weekend to get probably nearly all the points, right? Unless you're going to be grabbing a bunch of points. I still haven't decided what I'm doing. I pulled all my soul stones. I'm now at the point where I've got 30,000 points right now. I actually worked it out, for 36k points, so only 6,000 more, I can come down and I can grab both of these and get some of the dust along the way, which is nice. And I can come down this side and grab these as well. Then, hey, I'd even grab like the rarity charm and the essence are pretty nice too. So there's lots of nice stuff for me to grab for relatively cheap compared to where I am now, having invested my soul stones and done some grinding and campaign, or for 90,000 points total, so that's an extra 60,000 points, which is a lot. I could grab Alatreon. I don't know what to do. I just put up an Alatreon showcase today, which is maybe going to be somewhat helpful for people to see. Very high-end account, but still hopefully helpful to get a vibe for what he's doing in action. And it's tricky for me to know which of these to do. It's tricky. That's a tough one, because it's a big grind either way. Not a very fun grind either. Like, I am kind of over champion training, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of done with it in this game. I'm kind of done, but we'll see. But yeah, I just thought it was very interesting that you do have this stuff now. So this will give you a preview of stuff that's coming up. So like tomorrow, or well, sorry, on Thursday, right? There's going to be Dungeon Divers, which is going to have lunar points in it. We can see that coming up. Also worth mentioning, there's a dragon tournament with lunar points, and there is an ice golem tournament then on Saturday with lunar points. And I just have to double check there. The dragon one is going to be overlapping with 3x speed. So again, that's, you know, that does push me. When I look at that does push me towards skipping Alatreon, because that's insane, right? I would like to do Sand Devil turn attack. It's got good rewards, and Sand Devil is really powerful for my account upgrade gear. But like Dragon for lunar points is a big energy sink. And then Ice Golem with 3x cursed. So 3x speed for Dragon. Great time to farm. Well, decent time to farm Dragon. I'd say Dragon is never great to farm, but this obviously the best time is 3x speed. 3x cursed from Ice Golem is massive as well. That's really good. And they both have lunar points, so that's very strong. So like all of this stuff is worth considering. So yeah, that would be sort of my warning, I suppose, about this would be, yeah, that's sort of, yeah, let's put it like that. That's my warning. Watch out for these summon events. Like, I think the Wednesday one is particularly good with Duchess, Feral, and Yumiko. Very, very good. They're some of the best champs possible. If you're close to Mercy, yeah, maybe go for it. But if you're going for this Titan event, bear in mind there are going to be multiple summon events, almost definitely, that you're going to have to do. Certainly Summon Rush this weekend, you're going to have to do. You're probably going to need a lot of shards if you want to get that 5-star soul. Again, like we talked about yesterday, might be almost better to just skip all of these things in general. Just go like, screw these events, and, you know, have a much more relaxed and enjoyable time and focus on what matters to your account instead of chasing what looks to be very difficult events. And bearing in mind there will be a fusion coming up relatively soon as well, which again we'd expect to be probably pretty good. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. I'm curious what you think. Like, what should I do? Considering that we've got, you know, Titan Point events coming up, I'll be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards just slowly finishing this off and just grabbing the points for Titan event and being much more chill about the Titan event and maybe skip a summon. Like Alatreon, he's pretty cool champ. I like him. And it is the once-off. Like, I can never get him again. That's the tricky thing. But God, that's going to be a huge grind over the next couple of days. What would you do if you were me? Maybe I'll put up another poll about that later. We'll see. But guys, thank you for watching today. That is the news. Yeah, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.